My name is Daniel, and welcome back to my channel again. Today we're gonna show you demonstrate how to bend a pipe. The tools that you might need for doing this kind of job. You're gonna need a measure tape, a level, a pencil, a rim, a safety headphones, a hard hat on, and if you have a shield, when you cut in anything, always protect yourself. All costs, safety. That's right, baby. And then if you don't have that, use a helmet as a shield and a saw. And then what we're gonna be working on, you're also gonna need a bender. Step one. My helper is gonna help me out. So step one.
10-inch stove up, 90-degree bend.
So what he's saying, we're doing a 10-inch, 90-degree stub up. So what that means, we'll mark. You can mark 10 inches, or if you're a smart way like me, you can always take 5 inches from here. But you know what? Let's just do the basic stuff. So we mark 10 inches. Your bender, it'll show you what you're using for. It says your stub up's 5 inches, so that means we'll subtract from those 5 inches that we got in there. Since we marked 10 inches, we'll take 5 inches off, so it'll be at 5 inches. All right. Once you mark your 5 inches, that's your 5 inches. Mark it all the way around. Make sure you use a pencil. It's the best way using a pencil than a Sharpie. If you messed up, you can get some water and erase the pencil, but a Sharpie is going to be hard for you to erase. Once you mark all the way around, the stub up, they wanted 10 inches. We already marked where the bend is going to be. It was 10 inches, taking off 5 inches. So we'll line up with your arrow. If y'all don't know what is an arrow, is this mark right here. We'll make sure we match up with the arrow to the mark pencil that we did. Always, this gotta be where you about to bend it. In this case, this is where the feet is gonna go. So this gotta go under the pipe. And once you find that, you gotta line up with your pencil mark and the arrow. Once you get that step, you line up. The next step is, once you mark your pencil mark and the arrow, get up, put pressure on the pipe, put your feet on the bender, bring it towards you, and as you going, stop like almost halfway. So now we're gonna use a level. This level has a 45, 30 degree, 90 degree, and 0. We're gonna use it, since we're doing a 90 degree, we're using the level and already giving you the level of your 90 degree. So once you get to that point where you're almost there, put your level in there, and then as you're going up, make sure we on this mark on the 90 degree level, and we bring it towards you. Y'all see that? Just a little bit more. Alright, once you find out this level, once you find out it's level, how's your stub up? Finding this level 90 degrees. Level's already telling me at 90 degrees that's level. The requirement is saying 10 inches, so that means it gotta be exactly 10 inches. And as you see, it's at 10 inches, exactly right. So that's what I'm saying. Y'all want something of good quality? Please hire me. Like I said, please follow more of my steps. So I'm showing you step by step, and it's an easy way to learn. And I hope that this help you out. So the next second step, what we're doing. What's the second step?
A 30-degree kick, 4-inch rise.
So we're doing a 30-degree kick with a raise 4. So what that mean? Now we gotta find out a 30-degree with a raise 4. So it's gonna be the one the raise to be at 4 inches, but the 30-degree. So how are we gonna do it? If you have anything against, it could be the wall. You just make sure anything that looks straight for you to bend this. But if you usually have a bender, you just make sure that this line up in the back. Once you get there, they wanted a they want 30-degree bender. So something that is gonna help you out. Sometimes, most of the times, sometimes the labor gets off, but the majority of the time, it'll tell you. In this case, we're working a 1/2 inch. They want 30 by 30, right here, 30 by 30, and then you multiply. They wanted a 4 inch, so 4 times 2 is 8. So that's how we got 8. So once we get that, we get 8 inches. Make sure you're lined up. 8 inches. All right, you're 8 inches, and I give 1 inch for your what is it called? Your trim. So I give it 1 inch. Make sure you, once you mark your 8 inch, then you're doing your what is it called again? Can you do me a favor? Can you
Shrink.
That's the word. I'm sorry. It's hard for me to speak two languages. I'm sorry. So your strength. Make sure you go all the way around. Alright. Once we mark that, that's where you're gonna bend. So 8 inches, again, like I told you, it's telling you right here on the thing, you're using a 30 times 2. They wanted to raise to 4, so 4 times 2, and that's how I got 8. The string, I'm doing a 1 inch, and now it's ready to bend. Like I said, make sure that this side, where you're going to bend, stays on that side and the back side. Now, can you bring the camera over here? So what we're doing right here, we got to make sure we're on the notch. Stays right there. Yeah, see that? Well, make sure we put it on the ground. Alright, once we find out the notch, we gotta make sure that this side, it depends about what you're doing, but on this case, We gotta make sure the 90 stays on this side. It could be on the other side, but just make sure it's kind of straight. Make sure you're level. All right, make sure you're level as you're doing that. Right there. We're good on the notch. Yep. Once you find out that and the level on your notch, you bring it towards you. 30 degree. Once, like I said, once you get it started, try to get your level this way. Again, this one, what we're looking at is a 30 degree level. So you just bring it towards me. Use your foot on. And if you look at it right now, show the camera. It should be level. All right. Once you get that level, they want us to make sure that we have 4 inches from the ground to the pipe. And so in order for you to check, put pressure on the pipe, get your level, make sure your level is straight. Once is level, hold on, let me right there. How much we got? 4.
4 inches.
That's right. So that means that's good. We got 4 inches from the ground to the below the pipe. That's 4 inches. So step 3. I'm gonna demonstrate you step 3 how to do it. And always make sure as you're going, just to be safe and keep everything around. Make sure clean up after as you're going. I like keeping my tools as I'm going. That's one of the things that makes everything faster. What's the next step? Step 3.
Step 3. 4-inch, 30-degree offset, 10 inches from opposite end.
Okay, so they wanted us to start from the opposite, from the other end. So in this case, they want us to mark. Can you repeat the question again one more time?
4-inch, 30-degree offset, 10-inch from opposite end.
All right. So they want to start from this corner on the end of the pipe and do a 10-inch, and then from there do opposite. So in this case, you mark your 10-inch. Again, mark your 10-inch. And since you doing an opposite 30 degree, again, if you come up again, it'll tell you multiply times 2. It's right here. Right here. 30 times 30 times 2. In this case, we'll multiply 2 times 4. They want to raise it 4. So it's 4 times 2 is 8. Again, since you mark your 10 inches from here, you give 8 inches from here, from your 10 inches. Mark it. And again, make sure as you go, make sure you mark it all the way. Yep. So it's good to go all the way around. So sometimes as you working, you don't see your mark. But if you mark all the way around, if you sometimes the pipe move or you miss the mark, you won't lose this mark all the way around. All right. Once we get that, Again, we doing the opposite set. So I mean, opposite set. The way I always think about it, it looks like an S, like you know, up and then down. You know, like what good done right here. But so what we gonna do? We'll start from this mark, and then we'll do the second mark. On the second mark is gonna be the opposite of the bend. So we gotta be at 30 degrees, which is right here. Bring your pipe. We'll use on the notch. I don't know if y'all see this, but this is the notch. And all we gotta do is 30 degrees. Once you set your pipe, we gotta make sure that the pipe is looking straight. What I mean looking straight, make sure that before you bend it, you adjust it how you want it. Right there for me is straight. Once we find out it's straight, we look back and make sure that the notch is still on the marker. I mean on the pencil mark. I moved it, so I'm gonna double check again, triple check. Alright, so it's good for me, it looks straight. Now, the easiest way, if you do 10 push-ups a day, you can bend this. And again, show the camera what I'm doing. Gotta make sure that we gotta go on 30 degrees on the bend. Alright, once you find out that you're on the mark at 30 degrees, you're done with that. Now, like I said, offset it's like an S for me. And again, match with your notch right there. Alright. Okay. Once you find your mark, like I said, it gotta be in the opposite. So how we had that earlier, the pipe has to go at the back. This is the opposite. So like I said, this side gotta go, one side gotta go down, and then the other side is gonna go up. So in this case, this side is gonna go up. So I have to pipe again. Make sure you're in the notch. All right. Once you find the nut, go back again. Hold on. Oh, I'm forgetting something. Sorry. You gotta go down. I'm sorry. It's just, I guess the camera is putting me nervous, but like I said, it's not my first video I made. Alright. Find the nut in you, the notch. Right there. Make sure that this part lines up. Make sure it looks straight. Come up this way towards. Oh, that was close. Alright, I like the way it looks. Okay. Find your notch. Same thing, 30 degrees. Right here. And then once you have that 30 degree, that's an offset. That's meaning one that goes up, one goes the other way. Alright. Now, find out we did good. They wanted us to be at 4 inch. Look at that. Just right at 4, brother. I'm sorry. But yes, he's right at 4. So that's how you get the offset. Like I said. Okay. 4 inches. So that's how they want it offset from the bottom to the top. 4 inches right here. And what's the next step?
Box offset.
Alright, box offset. Well, they usually go with 2 1/4. You usually do 2. So I like giving I usually give 3 inches just to have a better, like it's easier for me to bend it, easier. So I give 3 inches. Again, make sure you go all the way around. Alright, 3 inches, and then we do, they wanted how much they wanted, a 2 and what? 2 1/4? 2 1/2, but I usually give 2 1/4. Once you get your 2 1/4, mark the same thing all the way around. Once you mark all the way around, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do, they want us to do a 10 degree. So we gotta do the same thing. There's gonna be 2 different bendings. We'll start from here, and then we'll do the same thing, but it's gonna be opposite. I'll show you how. So, again, my first mark, bring it over, bring it to the notch. Alright. Once you get your notch, push it down towards you until you get the 10 degree. My bad. Alright. A little bit more. Right there. Alright. Then this second mark that I marked, at 2 1/4, I'm gonna do the opposite. Alright, before I do the opposite, make sure that as you go in, make sure your pipe is lined up, is looking good before you bend it. It's good. Then look straight for me, all the way from here to the back. And again, they want us 10 degree, bring it towards you down. And right there is at 10 degree. Alright. And alright, so I'm gonna show you the difference. They want us to have
Technical difficulties.
So, my bad. I have a difficult time. Sorry. So basically, you gotta make sure you have half inch is still okay, but exactly thing they want a gap is 3/8, and that's about 3/8. Half inch or 3/8 is just 1/8. It should be okay with it. But in this case, I'm 3/8. That's how you do it, brother. And I'm sorry for the last step I was doing it. I just always, like I said, the best thing ever. Always make sure anything you're doing, make sure that the area is clean. And then that was the problem. There was a little cap off. And after that, my name is Daniel, and enjoy your beer after that. Thank you.